Hello, hello. Okay, so we are playing as black. Now we'll continue with the Caro-Kann defense, where white can take the control. Okay, play knight f3, we'll play d5, and then e take d5, c take d5, knight f6, along with knight c6 as our main plan. Now he developed a bishop, so we also take out our bishop. Bishop e5, e6, bishop to e7, knight e5, we play rook c8, supporting the knight. Bishop take, pawn take, focusing on c5. Now this is white to play. White can continue. Okay, queen e2. We go with castling. Now we are like maintaining the king safety, and then we can focus on c5. So what is white is going to play? White go on with rook c1. We respond with c5, attacking the center as our main plan. If white will take, then rook take, bishop d6, and queen c7 will be one of the variations which we can try. So knight e3 can be easily eliminated. We go on with e take d3, queen take it, and we push the pawn forward. Queen take this, then rook take on the bishop. Now he can try, okay, knight a4. So we simply go on with rook take g5, that's the bishop. Now white to play. Let's see what he responds with. Okay, white has changed the game. So we have another one, and we are playing as white. So let's continue with d4, and then comes g6. Okay, we respond with e4 along with knight c3 and knight f3, means taking out both the pieces and castling. Now bishop out, attacking the queen. Knight e7, we go on with e5 and capture the pawn. Black take it, we also take it. So knight comes to c5. Now we respond with bishop d5. The knight cannot take it. c6, and then we take the bishop. Or okay, we play the bishop backwards. Bishop e3. Knight take. No. So we simply push the pawn forward. e5. We respond with e5. We play knight e4 so that we can push. Okay. Rook e1, supporting this pawn, and then we can push it further. Let's see what he responds with. Alright, so he responds with knight e6. We continue with eliminating the knight. After white takes, black takes, we'll continue. Okay, so what can we play? Queen d4, The idea is to play queen here, attacking this diagonal, and he play knight f5. So we'll continue with queen to a4, attacking this pawn, and the bishop, which is attacking the rook. So we may easily eliminate this rook in the next move as a option to us. This is one of the available option to us along with queen take on this. So we continue with queen capturing this pawn, creating more weaknesses. Now we take knight a4, attacking this. Let's see what the response. Queen take on the pawn is one of the threat. So c5 was the move played. Now idea is the queen defending this. We continue with c4. He can push the pawn forward, trying to open the bishop diagonal. Otherwise, if we take, then we simply move the bishop backwards, and that's what we want, because we are going to open this file. Now he respond with rook here, forcing me to trade. Else bishop take on this. So we continue bishop take on knight, pawn take it, and then I take knight takes c5, attacking the queen. Now the rook take queen, then knight take on this, give a check and win the bishop. Otherwise he will, okay, if we take it, no, he placed the queen. Okay, so we continue with queen take on the bishop and just create some trades such that the positions become equal. Yes. So we continue with the move, like we just push the pawn forward. He may try bishop take this. Okay. Rook to b1 and then c3. Bishop f6. Now we can attack this diagonal and as well as pushing the pawn forward. He'll push. No. So we okay. Move the bishop e4. He pushed the pawn forward. That's not possible. Rook take this. Now he respond with rook a5. So we will play rook here, attacking this. He pushed the pawn, rook take this. I think pushing the pawn is available option. No, if he will, then take and then develop the rook here. Queen cannot be promoted further. So rook take b6. King moves here. And we make a trade. We can simply capture this rook. Okay, now he resigns the game. Alright. So we'll be playing another game and this time as okay white. So we'll play d4. He played e5. We play c4, the queen's gambit, and then take out the knight along with the bishop, creating pin, and make some trades. Continuing with knight f3, e3, and bishop d3. One of the variations possible. Okay, bishop e2 and castling. Now we complete our opening and then comes x6. We simply take the bishop backwards and attack this pawn. Such that knight to b5 is going to be one of the variations, further attacking the pieces. So let's see what black responds. Okay, black is thinking for the correct move, where he responds with bishop d6. Now we respond with knight d5, such that if the knight take it, then pawn take it. So he respond with bishop take on it. We respond with queen take on e2. Now let's see what he responds. Okay, so black's turn where black is thinking for the move. And if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. So queen to e7 was the move which he responds with. Where we respond like bishop take, pawn take, knight take. So we must support this. If I push, or I should take. Okay, so I would say if we continue with queen p5, attacking this and this. Now black to play. Black responds with knight take on e5. We respond with pawn take, and then eliminating this as well as this pawn. Queen over here. Rook take on this pawn is one of the possible moves. No, not at all. Rook take this, queen take on this. So we also play a4, blocking the pawn from being pushed. Once again, rook takes, queen take on this. So basically we can play rook here, defending the pawn. Now he respond with rook to a7. We respond with rook b1. And then we take the knight, blocking this file, along with knight take on pawn. Like we can first develop the rook to c1 and then capture this. So he responds with knight e4. Now he is looking forward for the fork. What we can do is, since the fork is coming, how can we protect this? By playing queen. Okay. So we respond with queen c1. Idea is to play queen c3. Queen e1 and attack this. Now he can try this move, but then I can simply take knight here. Okay. So let's see what he responds with. Black to play, where black is thinking. And if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. So he responds with c6 as I told. Now we'll play knight e4. Once again, the queen's diagonal blocked. And what can he do? If we try to push it, then we simply take the knight back. No, sorry. If we push, then knight over here, creating a fork. That's better. So queen f6. Okay. Knight takes c6. That's a check. Now queen take on rook is an available option. So we simply capture the rook, give another check, and eliminate this pawn. Now knight fork is also not possible, right? Okay, rook comes in between. We respond with queen taking on this. He'll try knight. Okay, rook to b1. We eliminate this rook, and then this queen e1. Queen take on this. Okay, so queen c3, controlling these squares. Now he is going to give a lot of checks, so we can simply defend it. Okay, we can even play f3, g4, x4. Like we can, try to create some pawn structures and continue. We go on with f3 as I told, king f2, g4, x4. So king f2, we are just continuing with our normal plan. Now king x7, oh, we cannot play this, right? So I would say if we continue with this, like we can play king and then like this. Welcome, Tam Trivian, to my channel. And if you are enjoying the stream, you would like to live stream, black blunders the mate in one, and that's how he gets checkmated. Anyways, so let's have another game, and we are playing as black. So white played e4, we'll take out the knight, and then go on with e6, trying to create some pawn structure like this. He tried the bishop, trying to remove my knight, so we'll take out the knight e7. If we take this pawn, then he is gone. Pawn take it, knight take it. Now let me reveal this move is a blunder. Why is that so? Because knight take on this is a brilliant move. Now you might say that my queen is gone. Am I losing? Bishop check. If the queen comes in between, and that's the only possible move. He played this. We go on with bishop take on this, and then king take on bishop. So that will be a very easy win for us. Now we are already ahead a minor piece. If you count the number of pieces, we are ahead. Well, so he respond with e4. We will simply move the knight f4, and idea is now he'll not try to develop the bishop like this. Okay, g3 will protect our knight and attack this. If we push it, the knight here, attack this pawn. Now he play knight e2. We play knight f6 and attack this pawn. Bishop g2. So I would say let's bring the rook and attack this. How we can do? We can play knight here. Now 2 and 3. So there are 3 pieces attacking the pawn. Now he push it further. We continue with check. Bishop take, then knight take it. Okay, he respond with king e3. Okay, so he is trying to put some traps. We play bishop f5, and that's a very good move, I think. Anyways, so I think this is going to be the move. The material is going to be equal. Okay. Alright. So I continue. If I take the knight back, then bishop take, and the trade occurs. Alright, x6. He gonna take. We also take it. Oh shit. Knight take was better. Now we are down a minor piece. Anyways, f6. He cannot take it. So just take advantage of it. He respond with f4. We take g6. Further we can push it. He can play rook x7. Yeah. So first we'll give a check. Now if we move the king, then we can give a check and continue. So he moved the king e3. Now we go on with rook to c8 for protecting the pawn. He go on with e5. We respond with c6. Rook take on this, then pawn take this. Alright, so white is thinking for the move. He respond with capturing the pawn. Now we also take this pawn. Push this pawn forward. Rook e6. Now you can try some checks and take my rook. Okay, so I resign this game. Alright, so now we are playing as white. We go on with e3. So d4, c4, along with knight c3. So we go on with this opening. He gone with bishop e4. Now this is similar to the Nimo-Indian defense. Okay, we are paired against 1700. Alright, so knight f3, and we gonna castle. Now he'll respond with capturing this pawn. No. So b takes c3, and then bishop take on it. Knight to e5, knight to c6, where we simply trade. Now after some trades, he moved the queen here. We respond with bishop a3. Now let's see what he responds. He protects his rook, where we continue with the move. I think pawn f3. Idea is to go on with e4, e5, and then f4. So bishop d5, obviously we'll decline the trades, and now it is going to give us some more options like c4, because c4 can easily attack it. Welcome Veer to my channel. If you want to challenge me, you can send me the challenges, and I'll be happy if you play against me. Anyways, so what he responds? He responds with bishop backwards. Okay, like taking bishop back was correct, but not that much back. Anyways, so we'll take advantage and play bishop a6. Now, is the rook going to help in c5 and all? No, cause I'm making the rook move here. So he moved the rook here. Now what we can do is push the pawn forward. e5, knight here. Oh, knight can jump and create a poke. Hmm. So this is the special power of knights, jumping and poke. So we respond with, I would say, queen e1. Idea is you can easily observe that this is already blocked. At the same time, I can move the queen h4 and attack this king side with the move bishop here. So that's why I'm playing queen e1. Now he responds with bishop, trying to create some trades. Well, I can trade it because this bishop is the most active bishop. But for me also it is a very helpful. So I'll decline the trade and play bishop d3, attacking this. Now I can plan for queen h4 for the checkmate. That will be our plan. Now bishop is already controlling this, right? So let's go on with queen h4 for the checkmate trap. He played g6. So we continue with pushing the pawn forward such that if we move the knight, and maybe that's what's going to happen, then what we'll do is we'll take bishop here, attacking the rook. Now he'll play rook here, I'll play bishop back, he'll take it and queen here. That's a unstoppable mate. Okay, that's one of the unstoppable mate patterns. Anyways, so let's see what he responds. Knight take it. Oh, I can also take it. But let's ignore it and come to the main plan. We respond with bishop f6. He is trying to give some checks, forcing me to trade. So now that's not fine. Anyways, still the material is not equal. Material is not equal. Anyways, play the rook here, supporting. We play rook here, trying to attack. No. So c5. We move the bishop backwards. Now the rook cannot come here and attack this. Bishop g5. We can even play bishop here, attacking this. It's like I'm just giving myself a lot of options to attack. So we play bishop e3. He has to move the rook backwards. Now what we'll do is, what can we do? If we move this rook backwards, then I would say bishop e2, cause it will give more squares like bishop d1 and all. Otherwise you can continue pushing the pawns forward. Now if you observe that all his pieces are under sufficient control. Rook here. So I will just waste my time and try to attack it. What will happen? I'll just get increment of 2 seconds per move, so I'll just make such moves. Let's see what he responds. Rook here. So bishop backwards, and he moved this. Now I continue with g4, blocking h5 or g5. He moved king g7. Let's go on with h4, x6. Okay, so we go on with g5. If we take, if we push it, that would still be better for us. Okay, so he push it, and then we gonna play the bishop, or I will say just push the pawn forward, then plan for bishop here. Now he moved the rook here. I play bishop g2, opening this, bishop diagonal. He respond with rook here, bishop f3. Idea is to block the checks. So rook d3. We take the king f2, simply defending our pieces. Now he respond with rook a3. So we also move rook to c2. He'll play rook a4. No. So rook to d3 was the move. If I move the bishop, then rook take on this. Okay. So rook here is the only option. Bishop take this. Bishop e4. Now he respond with rook take. Rook take. Material equal. Oh, he is ahead 3 pawns. Anyways, king d3. Now he just pushed the pawn forward. Yeah. King c3. He pushed king backwards. His king side is completely blocked, right? So maybe I can try to figure out something. Bishop e5 and bishop a6. King c2. He can move the king here. No. Okay. Let's make the bishop move. Like he cannot push. King c1. King b1. Bishop check. King there. And he'll give another check. No. Okay. So bishop c2. Bishop d3. King here. Capture this. Now he can't play bishop here. No. Okay, so king takes c3. And I think this is unstoppable now. King c2. Push, then king take. Okay. So bishop here. Now check. And he'll promote to a queen. So king c3. He promote to a queen. Now I play f5. He move to checkmate. No. Okay. That was a tough game. Anyways. So we are playing as black. Now we will be playing knight f6 against d4. I just play this and continue d6, blocking this diagonal. He play e3. I just play g6. Idea is to play bishop g7 and open this diagonal. So c4. Now that's a good opportunity when I play d5. What happens is I just create a solid attack towards the center and change the game towards the Slav defense. So I just play c6, the Slav defense, along with castling. Now I can even capture this pawn. You know what will happen if the bishop take it? I can go on with b5. Further, I can play b4, move the knight back, and then control the center. So b4, knight comes here. I'll decline the trades. That's the opening. So bishop goes backwards. Now the central control. If you observe, central control is more for black. So what we'll do is we'll first of all take the knight to a6. Idea is to block this. Okay, and then we go on with f5. Now what's the main idea? Knight cannot come here. If the knight comes here, that's a trap. x6 and knight's gone. So knight goes back. Okay, that was the available option which he responds with. Now as I am thinking about pushing the pawn forward, which can help or may not help. So let's go on with c5, which is a very good option. Now if we take, then bishop take on this. So he respond with rook c1. We simply take the pawn. White take it back from the knight. We go on with, okay, if I push, the knight comes here. That's not a big problem. So let's go on with e5. Knight comes, queen d6, and we'll continue. Queen d6, bishop b7. So we are doing good in the opening. So as I told, knight c6 will come. We'll play queen d6. Now what can he do? Knight here. No, not at all. Queen take on this knight. If knight comes here, then queen take this. Okay. Anyway, so if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. And do subscribe to the channel if you are the new one. Knight b3. So take the bishop b7, attack the knight. And if possible, just sacrifice the knight. Because this will block this file, and then you can take this. Okay. So these are available options which you can plan for. Anyways, so white to play. White is still a very good player. Like he is easily understanding my plans and all. Bishop backwards. I don't know what he understood. Oh, so bishop take this, bishop take this. Well, so I will be kind of happy with this. So I would simply take, or I must protect. Okay, if I protect, then what happens? Let's take it. Let's not create some, problems. Now let him take it, and so on. This plan gets failed for black hand side. Sorry, white hand side. Now we go on with f4. Idea is the pawn take, and the bishop has to move backwards. Now that bishop will be deactivated for a longer period of time. So what he responds? Let's see. Anyway, so if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. And if you want to challenge me, you can send me challenges. All the challenges are allowed. So welcome Kunkyat Chandra to my channel. Pawn take on f4, attacking this. The bishop moves to x2. Let's see what he responds with. So bishop x4. We gonna push the pawn forward. Bishop take it. Come on. Bishop take. That's the only possible move actually. So this is, we are just creating forcing moves, which is going to make us win the game. So he captures this, and what was that? That was a blunder. Now we continue with queen g6. Brilliant move. You know what will happen? Bishop will take, then sacrifice this. Checkmate trap, and the knight will be attacking the queen. So you either win the queen or the game. The choice is yours. So let's see what he responds. White's turn. Where white is thinking. And if you're enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. Okay, so white got disconnected. No. Let's see what responds. X4, X4, then X6. Bishop back. So let's play another brilliant move. Okay. Knight here. Another brilliant move. Checkmate is coming. Now what can he do to prevent that? He plays something like g4, g3. He'll lose the queen. So rook take on bishop. Oh, checkmate is coming. Hmm. So let's deliver the mate. Queen take g2 and that's a checkmate. Now we come on with another game and we are playing as white. We respond with d4, the queen pawn opening, along with c4, the queen's gambit. He take it, we play e4, taking the central control, increasing it. Now bishop attacking the pawn was an option where he can play c5. He respond with bishop e7. His idea is to develop the pieces and then play c5. Knight f6, we play knight c3, defending our pieces along with castling. So our opponent is a very defensive player because he is not playing c5 at all. So over here a3 and then b4. Maybe he can trade. Alright, he is not trading. So we'll take, pawn take it, bishop backwards, opening this, and then play b4, blocking c5. That's it. Okay, so he respond with a6. We go on with b4. Knight comes to b6. Uh, we go with a4 and passant. And passant was enough correct. Anyway, so let's see what it responds. Bishop take, then just bring the knight in between. Knight to e5. What will happen? It will increase the outpost. So this will be obviously an advantage for you. So he responds with queen e7. We play queen h5, then play rook e1, attack this side. So let's see what it responds. Black's turn, where black is thinking for the move. And if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. So okay, black's turn. g6. Okay, now my mind says knight take or the bishop take. So basically bishop take, pawn take, knight take, queen chair, not sacrifice. So it is better if we don't sacrifice. Okay, means we'll play queen e2 and support the knight. Then take the bishop here, dominate more and control. Okay, so let's see what black responds. Black responds with queen take b4. Okay, that's a blunder. Bishop a3. Now we can play like capture the rook in the next move. That's it. Okay, queen take on it, bishop take on rook. Otherwise we can not protect the rook. So let's continue. Bishop take on this. He respond with queen take. Just create threats and protect your bishop. If we go with bishop take, that's what going to happen. Okay, so black is thinking for the correct move over here. Let's see what he responds. If you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. He respond with king take on the bishop. Knight take, pawn take, bishop take, and he can easily prevent a checkmate. So we take the knight backwards, attack this queen. Queen take this, not at all. Queen f4. So we just protect and focus on the checkmate. He can simply develop the bishop here, blocking the checkmate. So he is having a very good option. He can, continue with that and protect his game. Anyway, so let's see. Bishop f5 was played. So you can easily trade the bishops and push the pawn forward for attacking this. Now a5 attacking the knight. We respond with knight c4. Okay. Uh, we go on with rook attacking this pawn. He'll take knight take. Queen a2 attacking the knight. Knight comes and then rook take on this. Okay. We are ahead a minor piece and he is ahead 3 this. Okay, bishop comes to c3. Queen a3 check and take the bishop in the next move. So let's see what black responds. 35 seconds remaining for black. So king f7, queen take on c3 and we further attack this. Rook take on p7 check. King moves here. Okay, king goes back to g8. Now we respond with queen g7, that's a checkmate. So we'll be playing as white. We go on with e4 against the French defense. And we just create some trades. Knight c3, queen d8, knight f3,